This is ridiculous. Gonna be a banger. What is up, everybody, and welcome into the DNVR Nuggets pregame show.
I don't even see the screen.
Me neither.
Honestly.
I can't see anything.
I don't even know what it look like.
We're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Number
Promo
one.
code DNVR when you sign up. You do it right now because later on, this man, the anime man over here, is going to win us some money. It's Vegeta. Did I say that right?
You did, yeah.
Thank God.
Maybe.
You say that wrong, you get it real wrong.
Yeah, I'm proud
Vegeta,
of
you gonna give us some winners?
Yeah, I'm ready. I am ready tonight. You know, I feel
You
like
look
a
ready.
character, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't feel like myself tonight.
Where'd you get this costume is my biggest question.
I can't remember.
Can't say. Can't
I
say.
remember.
I'm also joined by Travis Barker.
Yeah. I need my fiance here to really complete the costume.
You really, we all got it, and it's actually fantastic. Look at these tattoos, just
Yeah.
incredible
I'm
detail.
not looking forward to getting these taken off.
Definitely not
It's not
looking.
gonna be fun.
Not looking forward to that. Over here, I have a Choice Market smoothie maker.
Fun fact, Nuggets are 0-2 this season when I don't drink a smoothie. So I got 2 tonight.
Let's
Oh,
go.
yes, sir. Wait,
Let's
they're really
go.
0-2? That's wild.
Yeah.
And of course,
Analytics.
I'm Dr. Grant. Guys, we have an incredible, of course here. We have an incredible show here. It's going to be it's a fun night here at the DNVR bar. Things starting to fill up a little bit. People getting some excitement. Nuggets on the second night of a back-to-back, which Eric tells us means they have no chance, guys. They're going to lose by 30 points, and it will be neither unimpressive or anything if they lose by that much. Because you know what?
The Nuggets
Never
are the
heard of
best
it.
team on
Never heard
back-to-backs in NBA history. though.
No, Harrison, it doesn't mean anything. Michael Malone addressed the media before today. He was not in costume. Travis, what did he have to say?
He actually had a lot of interesting stuff to say. Yeah, he actually had a lot of interesting stuff to say.
Who did?
First of all, let's get the big things out of the way. Nikola Jokic sounds like he's playing tonight. Listed as
Yes, sir.
probable. All indications are he's
More
going
like
to play.
probably going to whip some ass.
Oh, man, dude, that's freaking so good.
So he's going to be in uniform tonight. Michael Malone asked about the difference in the defense so far. Guys, the Nuggets are the third best defense in the NBA through 5 games. Third best defense in the NBA.
Impressive.
Yeah. He said one name when he was talking about the change to become the third best defense in the NBA.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
That's right.
Aaron Gordon.
I love
mean,
it.
the one big change from last year, pretty much. And
Yeah.
he's been nails so far in the preseason. Or in the season was great against Bogdanovich the other night, or Bojan Bogdanovic was great against Luka Doncic last night. So he shouted out Aaron Gordon. He was also asked about former assistant Chris Finch,
Yeah?
who a lot of Nuggets fans like to wrongly say is responsible for the Nuggets offense
Why do you say wrongly?
because it's Nikola Jokic. But
Oh, okay. All
I agree with Harrison.
Yeah, strong agree. Good point.
But here's what Malone had to say about Chris Finch. He said, quote, he's got a great feel for the game, great
Yeah.
mind, very smart. I talked about trying to bring him back even after the initial time he was with us. I think he's a hell of a coach.
Yeah. I liked it. Yeah, the part
Jesus.
about him wanting to bring him back, I
Yeah.
thought was really interesting. And also that he wanted to bring him sooner. He was saying they tried to bring him in, they fell through at the last minute. Then they got him for a year, went to New Orleans. They wanted to bring him back again, so it didn't work out. So I thought that was really interesting. We rarely hear Malone talk about Chris Finch, so I thought it was cool to kind of hear him talk about
I think
it.
today was the first time he could kind of be asked about it because
interesting.
Chris Finch hasn't really been a head coach until this year.
Right.
And we don't usually ask head coaches about other assistants. It's
That's
just
a good
like
point, yeah.
an unwritten kind of rule, I feel
Yeah.
like. I don't know.
Harrison does a lot of this. I've never noticed until he put these glasses on, and now it's like it's like Stevie Wonder-esque the way he kind of does the head bob.
Except for all the talent and the blindness.
I'm pretty much blind right now. I'll be totally honest.
So just talent.
Here's the other interesting quote that Michael Malone had. He was asked about the evolution of the big man, Jokic in Denver, Karl Towns in Minnesota, and he said that he actually saw this evolution coming years ago because he coached DeMarcus Cousins in Sacramento. And here's the quote. He said, I think it's crazy that DeMarcus Cousins is not in the league right now. That guy is very, very talented.
It wasn't. I love the way he capes for DeMarcus Cousins. He's like the only guy that really capes for Boogie.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that Boogie, like Kenneth Faried, just kind of bounced out of the league. And he had the injuries, so for him it's a little bit different. But It's actually more, I would say, Carmelo-esque, the way DeMarcus Cousins is just out. Is it hard to focus right now? Is that
A little
you're
bit.
giving that
I'm
face?
trying to look everyone in the eyes, and we all look dumb.
It does remind me, though, of Melo that way, where it's like, I feel like he still has 5 years left in him at least, and he's out of the league right now. It's kind of strange.
I think it goes to show that like talent isn't everything
That's
in
a great
very
point.
talented league. Like what you do as a young player like follows you. So
true.
Like doing the right things, being a positive locker room presence,
Right.
especially now that you're a veteran. Who wants to bring around a cancer to every team that wants to build culture? So it's a bad rap for him because they say that he's misunderstood, but also it is what it is. It is who you made yourself to be.
And I think even more than just like a bad apple, or it's more like, can you fit in when you're not the guy? Because DeMarcus Cousins has always been the guy,
Right.
Yep.
And now he would come to if like for example, if he were to come to a Denver, he would back up Jokic. He would play 15 minutes. Like, would he be happy? Would he be content with that? And I think that's probably the calculus a lot of teams have to make is. Yeah, he's talented, but is he talented in the thing we need? I don't know. But it was interesting to hear Michael Malone cape for him.
I mean, I could not help but think that the Nuggets' backup front court has not looked the best over
So
the last
funny.
couple games in the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah.
A lot of people, not us on the show, but a lot of people have brought up that they don't have a backup center. I just immediately thought like, oh, does Michael Malone want DeMarcus Cousins at the backup center? I don't think that's
Man.
the case, but I couldn't help but have that thought for a brief second.
would be the craziest thing.
The Melo comp is most apt for that exact reason, which is the whole thing that everyone who got so up in arms about the Melo pushback never understood, which it was never, is he talented enough to play in the NBA? It's what version of Carmelo
Right.
is he interested in putting forward? Obviously, he figured something out in Portland. I think it's the same question. with
Kind
Cousins.
of, but it's more important to note that the Portland Trailblazers had the worst defense we've ever
That
seen in our
too,
lives. So
yeah.
and so
Yeah.
and DeMarcus Cousins is similar. Like, can you build a good
Yeah.
second unit defense around him? And like low usage is weird. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time there. It was an interesting one. He did talk about how Arturas is the one that brought Chris Finch in. I just wanted to add that note as
Right.
well. And then also that the team got to the hotel at 4 a.m. So use that your own calculation. And it said it almost in a way as in like an atypical 4 a.m.
Well, I mean, this is one of the weird back-to-backs where you don't even have 24 hours between
Right.
the last game tipping off and this game
You
tipping
lose
off.
a time zone. Yeah.
So
strange.
it's a tough schedule for sure. Schedule makers are not kind to Denver for this one or that Utah back-to-back, but you know, it is what it is.
He also said of Anthony Edwards, quote, "For a young kid, he's a grown-ass man."
That's a great quote, and I strong agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with that.
I think I do too. He is a grown-ass
He's
man.
a monster.
Guys, it's Halloween. It's time. Well, it's almost Halloween. It's time to hand out some
Ah,
candy.
shit, I should get my costume.
You should get your costume. We're gonna hand out some candy. So let's assume some Nuggets players come to your door. You have to decide what kind of candy are you giving, or you know what. There's one player. I gave the assignment to everybody on the panel that, hey, give up candy to some player. We all picked the exact same player.
Not on purpose.
Vote. Why don't we start with you?
Yeah, it's time to give Michael Porter Jr. an Almond Joy.
The
All
worst
right.
candy out there.
It's the
No way. Almond Joy's great. Almond
the
Joy's
best
great.
candy.
You guys don't like Almond Joy?
No one
No.
in the world does.
That's not true. My kids even like Almond Joy.
I didn't go
Your
too
kids are
big-brained
weird.
on this one. Just joy. Play with joy. Porter has been playing tight, playing sad, dare I say. A puppy out in the rain at times on the court. Obviously, the shots need to fall first, and I think once they do, he will start to play with joy. But just go out there and have fun because he's too good to shoot this poorly.
All right. Almond Joy. I feel like there's like 20 different candies that have a more happy.
Well, yeah, this one had the word joy in it, Adam, so thanks for making me break it down.
Well, I'm just saying there's also like Jolly Ranchers.
You're right. I guess I could have
More
also
Jolly.
picked that, Adam.
Play more
Please,
Jolly.
tell us what the right candy was.
The
to
right
give
candy,
You
you guys.
you give some nerds.
You guys, well,
actually.
hold on. So Michael Porter, you know, the complexities of the game are a little lost on him at the moment. He's trying to learn. So I would give him some Smarties.
Okay.
He needs some Smarties right now. He's low on Smarties. He needs a lot. We need to give him pounds
needs a
and
sugar
pounds.
high
He
is
needs
what he
his
needs.
body weight in
Yeah,
Smarties.
You nailed the explanation. I gotta tell you that.
Hey, you give him some Smarties, he gets smart. All right, Travis Barker, what do you have?
I'm going to give Michael Porter Jr. a Snickers because he's not himself right now.
Oh my god!
And we know what happens when you eat a Snickers. You become yourself again.
I can't believe this segment is just like ripping on MPJ.
Look, man, like, I want to see that confident Michael Porter Jr. again. I want to see the guy who's a walking 20 and 10.
Yeah.
That's who he was last year.
Yeah.
Like, all of last year, he was walking 20 and 10 pretty much.
Tonight's the night, guys. We've said
Hopefully,
this like
man.
5 nights in a row, but
Hopefully.
tonight is the one. He's
No,
breaking
tonight's
out.
the one. And if
Tonight's
it's
the
not
one.
tonight, it'll be the next one. But
It
I'm
will be
pretty
the
sure
next
it's
one.
this one.
It's crazy that he doesn't make every shot he takes. They look so beautiful.
Yeah.
Vegeta.
You're
Sounds
getting it.
wrong.
You're getting it.
You know, once I was in a relationship, you guys,
Oh my god.
and in this relationship, I used to not give. You know, like we would go to restaurants. And I
Very
would order.
selfish
She'd
lover.
say, "Can I have some?" I say, "No, you can't have any."
Wow.
I didn't hold the door for her. Anything
Wow.
Like that.
Wow, what a
I took
confession.
the covers in the bed and things.
Really?
Like that.
Oh my, that's
She-
the worst
you
one.
know, in the
Like,
in the
so it's
cold
just
all
not
night.
Doesn't
right.
sound
So,
like you were ready
with that
for
being
a
said-
relationship.
Wow.
It ended. It ended.
Yeah.
I
Not
got to
surprised.
work.
Can't imagine
Yeah.
why.
So,
I love the passive
with that being
tense there.
said,
It's no one's
I'm
fault. It
going
just
to
ended.
give out MPJs some Kit Kat. I'm going to give them a Kit Kat. And the reason I'm going to give them a Kit Kat is because you have to share. It's not all about you. That's what I learned.
You break me off
I
a
learned
piece of
that
that.
it's not all about you.
right.
Break off a half. Give it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're good by yourself. But if you share, then everybody can be happy, and then it makes you look good again. So, Kit Kats.
Wow.
Okay.
Give him a break.
Not giving him a break.
Take a night off.
We definitely did not give MPJ a break. We all just kind of made candies that were ragging on him. I feel really bad
Yeah.
for this segment. We should
But
probably.
I think that's pretty telling as to what the top storyline is tonight. I mean, come on.
Yo, for real though, the Nuggets are one Michael Porter away from like us making all of our bets for them to win the title. I mean, this is how good they
Absolutely.
look. Minus the player we all expect to be their second best player, just not showing up yet. But
Yeah.
again, maybe tonight's the night. Is tonight the night, Dev?
Tonight is the night.
Really?
Tonight is the night.
Dev's been the most bearish on MPJ for the last few games, so you're bullish on him tonight. I
I'm
like
not
it.
going to bet on it.
Okay.
But I would like for it to actually happen. I want him to get there. Also, he understands that he has to get there. And, I mean, what is a better spot than tonight where he got to see that Jokic is okay with not taking every single shot and still having a good game.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon got credit when he just only played defense. He didn't have to score the ball, and then he just has to be within himself. So I think that even with Will Barton, everybody else is feeling comfortable in their position, and they're not doing, the over and beyond. They're just playing within themselves. So he's a scorer. You're a shooter. Be true to yourself. So I think that's tonight's the night for that.
I think Colorado State just scored. I only know that because
Because Lindsay,
Lindsay's
I
at
could
the
hear
bar
Lindsay.
tonight.
It was probably a McBride.
Is tonight vote?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the wrong guy to ask. I've been saying that since night one, but I think so. I wrote this last night.
You're really going straight from one smoothie to the
Yeah,
other smoothie?
it's a lot.
Wow, that
So
is a
much
lot.
sugar.
That is a lot.
What was I talking about?
Michael Porter.
Oh, yeah, last night. I talked about this on the show, and I wrote it in the grades. I think if he hits 2-3 more threes in that game, we spend the rest of the show highlighting his marginal improvements in the areas of concern. He's not a ball handler. He's not a playmaker. But he looks better in both of those areas, and I'm eager to compliment those parts of his game and that growth. He's just got to knock down those shots. Here's the encouraging part. Pretty sure he will, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's been most of the story for him all season.
Porter quarter, man. I can feel it. Porter quarter. It's probably going to be the second
First
quarter.
quarter?
Second
Oh,
quarter. I think
second
it'll be the
quarter.
second quarter. Porter quarter. All right, let's move on now, guys. We are all in costume tonight for Halloween. It's time that we give some advice from the perspective of our costumes.
I made this hard on myself.
Oh, yeah, you did make this a little bit hard. I'll start with Vegeta. Vegeta, what advice do you have to give the Denver Nuggets?
It's just Dev in the
Can't
blue
wait to see
ink.
where this goes.
Well, I just don't think you should have started with me. But
We have a group chat where I give like preparation prompts.
I don't think that you told us this today.
Should I start with Travis Barker?
Start with Travis Barker.
Yeah, start with me. Sure. My advice to Michael Porter Jr. would just be to bang the freaking drum. Just bang the drum. Do what you do, man. Just
Y'all like that? Come back to me.
Unbelievable. Just bang the drum.
Just do what you're good at, man. Michael Porter Jr. has been a 20-point per game scorer. He's been a great three-point shooter his whole career. Don't think that you're not that. Just do what you do. Do what's gotten you to this point. Don't lose any confidence. Just bang the drum. Bang the drum.
The drums. That's a great job. He did a very good job
did.
at his homework on this one. I like it, Travis. That was a really good one.
By the way-
Travis Barker was in a plane crash.
Yeah.
A real one.
A real plane crash.
Yeah, it was.
He survived it, though.
was.
But not everybody on the flight
That's
did.
a fun foul. Well, not
Not as fun
all of a
fact
sudden
anymore.
it's not fun.
All right, Vegeta, are you ready?
Yeah. The the true Super Saiyan of this world and the most powerful man in the whole world is Nikola Jokic Kakarot.
What?
Just be your...
I'm not going to catch any of this.
Listen, you just stay out of this.
I will.
Nikola Jokic is Kakarot. He's a Super Saiyan. Blue Evolution, of course. He's the ruler of all worlds.
Okay.
He's conquered many worlds.
Yes, he has.
And he has to stay true to himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I get to my final form, maybe I'll get to where he's at. But right now, Jokic is the king of all of the land.
I like it.
I'm never gonna forget this night.
Costume night. Adults in costumes.
Oh,
Always
it's the
ridiculous.
best. All right.
All right. So the Nuggets walk into Choice Market.
Yeah, look, this is a real stretch. Hear me out. Choice Market, it looks like a convenience store, right? And your convenience is important to them, but not at the cost of quality. It's organic ingredients over there. They don't skip steps. They don't cut corners.
Do you actually work there?
You're not going in there for like a quick like 7-Eleven pizza or whatever. They're making you a smoothie, and they're doing it right, and they're taking their time, and they're using the right ingredients. So I think these turnovers are a symptom of the Nuggets trying to get ahead of themselves, trying to do that convenience thing. They're trying to get in there, get it out. But you got to take your time. You got to do it the right way. You got to take care of the ball, play the game the right way, play Nuggets basketball the right way. Remember, quality ingredients, Choice Market.
I think it's really good. I think it was really good.
That was good. Yeah.
It was so hard. I spent my entire shower thinking about what I was going to.
Dr. Grant only has like 15 lines in
That's
the movie.
right.
There's not very many lines. Mostly just there to look like pensive. My advice is, do you guys remember, like Dr. Grant, when I said years ago, Jokic, just like Larry Bird?
How
And
could I
people
forget?
laughed at me. The theory, they thought, this theory is erroneous. But if you watch how he moves, bobbing his head, the awkward movements, just like Larry Bird, the passing, the vision, just like Larry Bird, the shooting touch, just like Larry Bird. The Joker is Larry Bird. Tonight, he should channel his inner Bird. You think he's a 6-foot turkey? No. I'm forgetting the line from Jurassic Park. You think if you sit
Doctor,
still,
come on.
he won't see you? That's a I can't. Damn it, I can't remember it. Anyway, my advice is Jokic should play like Larry Bird. All right, let's get into the betting segment. Everybody open up DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, and let's make some money together. Guys, last night I made a decent amount of money betting on the Nugs. Might be feeling it again, Dev. What do you
I
think?
need some money tonight.
I got to get on over there because the line was just not up. Is it up on you guys'
I
side?
can't believe my costume must not be that disguising. My phone opened it. Oh, just found it. Look, this costume and all.
You look the same, buddy.
Let me see it.
So the Nuggets are 2-point underdogs. It's the second night of a back-to-back.
No,
I'm a bit shocked that they have it as over under 220 as a game right now. So right now, do we feel like the Nuggets win? Do we feel like they bounce back, or is it going to be that second night of a back-to-back that's just so difficult?
How are you guys feeling about that, honestly, about this game?
I feel very confident about the Denver Nuggets tonight.
Okay.
Really?
Very confident. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game. Minnesota's playing well. Denver on a back-to-back. I don't know if this carried over to the broadcast last night, but Dallas looked really bad last night.
Yeah, I noticed that.
They looked lethargic. They looked awful. So Denver, I thought Denver played a very good defensive game, but Dallas also just looked awful.
Would you say that's because they cut off the head of the snake?
I mean, it might just because they have Jason Kidd as their head coach. I don't know.
It might be.
That might be it.
Okay,
but I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay, Vegas also does think so. So two is the line right now. When we just go over to lines for the players, one that just automatically sticks out, Anthony Edwards. He's at 23.5 points. Right now, he's shooting the ball pretty much every time he touches it. He's really confident right now. He's in the zone of where he feels like he's the main guy on that team. Also, they have a team set up that anybody can shoot. They have Russell, who's shooting whenever he wants. Karl Anthony Towns is their focal point, but Anthony Edwards is their guy. That's who they're going through. So for him to have 23.5 points, who guards him? That's just something that I look at.
Is it Will Barton tonight that guards Anthony Edwards?
I think that would be the matchup.
That's the
and
starting
I think that would be a
matchup.
battle on both ends of the floor.
That's tough for Barton. Just 'cause, Edwards is so strong, as Malone said. He's a kid, but he's a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
So I do like Anthony Edwards. I like him for points, rebounds, and assists. He's rebounding right now. He also has a talented group around him to pass the ball to, and he's just doing it in a lot of different ways.
All right.
I also do
Not gonna
like Will
take it.
Barton responding back on the other end. this is a guy that has been
He's
been doing everything. He really has done
Denver's
everything.
second best player so far, I think.
Easily.
Very, very consistent. Also, you don't see like that wear and tear. He like looks refreshed. He looks bouncy. He's healthy right now. So, like, I just love his points, rebounds, and assists. It's at 22.5, which it seems like it's going backwards. And I don't understand because it's not like it's a tougher matchup for him. I think that this is a game that they're going to let him be who he is. So 22.5, I really, really do like it.
Wow.
But the lock.
The lock.
Oh, let's hear it.
Over.
I'm ready.
42.5 points, rebounds, and assists, Nikola Jokic.
Really?
This is a matchup that he
42.5 is the
cares.
number? And
That's a lot,
You're
man.
locking
it.
My man.
This is where he thrives. So
Well, wait.
If you're locking it, I'm going for it, man.
Then you have to feel like the Nugs roll tonight if you're going to lock that over for Yoke.
that's actually pretty low for Yoke. It's been around 45 and a half.
Analytics.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, so
you are the best guy.
so 42.5 is like on the lower end, and I think that has to do with them not knowing if he's going to play a whole lot. We haven't seen it, especially since the injury. After that, he didn't
I'm
play
locked
because
in,
they
Dev.
was winning.
I'm locked in on this
42.5.
lock. We're all in on it together. Everybody get in on
He
it.
cared so much in that preseason game. They really battled.
Yeah.
I really think that it's going to be something that he goes after. I think that he gets under his skin in different ways. Karl Anthony Towns gets under Jokic's skin in ways that other players don't, and he takes that matchup personal. I really think he puts up a monster game tonight. Jokic, that's my first bet of Jokic for the whole year.
Really?
Wow.
That's the first one?
Wow. He's been waiting for this.
That's the
a great
problem.
point. That's a
Where was
great
that
point.
That's been the problem.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and say it. My personal lock of the night, Michael Porter Jr., the line keeps getting lower and lower for him. They
Yeah.
just like 15.5 points. He could have a bad game and get 16 points.
Yeah.
I know now he's had a lot of bad games and not gotten that so far this year. I do think this is the one that Denver's going to need some scoring. Second night of a back-to-back. I think this is it.
How
Michael
many
Porter.
points do you think he gets?
I think he gets 25 points tonight.
So you can go Michael Porter Jr. 20-plus points plus 255.
Plus
on the
20
Sportsbook
plus?
app. Yeah,
20
player
plus.
specials. Michael Porter Jr. 20-plus points plus 225.
That's a fun one.
Buy low, baby.
You know what? I'm doing it. Where is it at? I'm trying to look at this. Michael Porter Jr. 20-plus points and rebounds. I don't see this the points.
Let's
Just
get,
points. It's at the top
let's
of
get a fun
player
one in there
specials.
too. Like what's
Alrighty,
a
I'm
fun
in.
one we could do?
Oh, do they have Faku rebounds on there?
Oh, yeah, you do get plus money. I like it. I'm in. Great. Harrison, way to save me, dude. I like it. So 20 points. I need 21 points. I think he gets that tonight. I do. I think he gets it, man. Like, he started to come out
Yeah.
a little bit, this last game. They found, like, he was doing some nice cuts. He just missed the threes. He just missed the threes this last game. I think he hits them tonight.
I think he actually had some really good looks last game that he missed. That Utah game, I don't know about those
Right.
looks he got. The quality looks he got against Dallas last night were much better.
He hit the low point for sure. He hit the low point. I think that we're out of the low point. Now we just need a good quarter, and he'll get there.
I'm also looking at Minnesota and who they've played this season, guys. They beat Houston opening night.
Oh, impressive.
They beat New Orleans in
Wow.
their second game. Then
Okay.
they lost to New Orleans. Then they beat Milwaukee. Nice win.
That's a huge win. That's
But
a really
they're
good
3-1. You would think it's the offense that's doing it for Minnesota. They're 21st in offense. They're 4th in defense. Are we buying the Minnesota Timberwolves defense?
one. No.
Absolutely not.
I'm not.
So
No.
I think there's some noise in this 3-1 start for Minnesota. That's just me, though.
You know what, Harrison? My leading theory is you're right. The Wolves are not a 3-1.
I think Denver wins tonight. Maybe it's close, but I think Denver.
I got to give a shout to my guy D-Line. You know the most fun bet we had going last night or last game was the Aaron Gordon 1-3. Just because it's one. You don't have to like sit there and
that's
count
the
them.
fun
and
one.
you
It's
know
just a fun
he's
one. So
going to
I'm-
have the opportunity.
I'm putting a little tiny 1 unit on it. Not because I think it's going to happen, just because like it's one.
You know what else it does? It's the only time where you sit there and you go, man, I kind of hope AG takes this 3.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you don't feel quite
Yeah, it's so true.
furious when he does.
It is fun to root for that because it's so silly. Any other bets? Any other things we're feeling tonight? Somebody going to go off?
Well, I just got my gloves off my hands. I couldn't open my DraftKings app.
Alrighty. Everybody, thanks
Monte
so
Moore's
much.
been playing well.
He has been balling.
He's been knocking down that mid-range.
Yeah, but it's not. The box scores are still really modest. Like, he looks good, eye test, but it's
Also,
not like,
Monte looking good doesn't necessarily always translate to the same stat or whatever.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So, all right, that does it, guys. We are gonna go hit up our party here at the DNVR bar. We see a ton of costumes down there.
Spooky season.
But we will be back right here after the game. We hope with all of you. We'll see you guys then.
Winners Lounge, calling it now.